Today's dish is one of those recipes that you want to try out if you're not a fan of spices, and we're going to be making some bean stew, which you are absolutely going to love because it's vibrant and delicious. The dish is packed with lots of plant-based proteins, fiber, and nutrients, and you can serve as a main dish. For the recipe, you'll need some parboiled beans to make it easier for you to cook the recipe. And I have 4 to 5 cups of beans. I've also prepped up some fresh ingredients, that is assorted peppers, onions, carrots, some ginger, tomatoes, and coriander. So the bean stew is going to be very vibrant. You're going to place a pot over medium flame and add in 2 tablespoons of cooking oil. Wait for around 30 seconds to 1 minute so that the cooking oil can get ready. And because the recipe is spiceless, there is no spice, just salt and ginger, which is going to add in lots of flavor. When your oil is ready, you're going to add in your onions. Saute for around a minute or until the onions have a very nice golden brown color. Browning the onions is going to add in lots of flavor. So when your onions are ready, you're going to add in a thumb-sized ginger that you have grated. And as I've said, it's going to add in lots of flavor to the bean stew because we're not going to be adding in any spices. Stir in the ginger and cook for around 30 seconds until the kitchen is smelling incredible and the ginger is cooked. If you don't love spices, you can try adding in some natural spices like garlic, ginger, some coriander to your food, and it's going to make a lot of difference. When the ginger and onions are ready, you're going to add in 3 large onions that you have diced. Add in carrots because they take a while to cook. Stir in. Add in a splash of water. This is going to help the tomatoes and carrots to cook for around 2 minutes. After 2 minutes, I'm going to check on my tomatoes. The tomatoes are not yet fully cooked down, so I'm going to use my spatula, try and smoosh down the tomatoes. Because the onions were perfectly browned, they are going to blend together with the tomatoes and carrots, and you won't notice that the bean stew has some onions. So next I'm going to add in my parboiled beans. Toss everything together. Add in some seasoning. I'm going to add in 1 teaspoon of salt. Add in 1 cup of water. You don't want to add in too much water. Wait for a minute so that the water can come to a boil. Check the seasoning. If it's not perfect, you're going to be adding in some more salt. So I'm going to cover my pot. And let the water come to a boil. I have some assorted peppers and coriander, which I'm going to be adding in a few after the pot comes to a boil and the beans cook for around 3 minutes. After 3 minutes, I'm going to check on my bean stew and everything is perfectly cooking. And I'm going to be telling you a secret to making some thick soup for your beans. Use your spatula and mash some of the beans so that they can create a very thick soup. And once you're done, the bean stew is going to be looking so good. Check the seasoning. If it's not perfect, add in some more salt. And yes, this is how my bean stew is looking. So I'm going to add in my assorted peppers, which are going to add in lots of color. Cook for 1 minute because I love my capsicum crunchy. And after 1 minute, I'm going to garnish with some coriander for some color and flavor. Put out the flames and stir in the coriander. And I've already plated some rice with spaghetti, and also I have mango salsa over here. You can check the videos up here or in the description box down below on how to cook the spaghetti and rice and how to make mango salsa. So I'm going to scoop out my delicious spiceless bean stew. And add in my mango salsa. The mango salsa is going to add in a touch of sweetness and balance to the whole dish, and the spaghetti and rice is going to be perfect. So this recipe is worth trying because everything is cooked to perfection.